Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Our video today is a makeup tutorial and a review of some products that I've really been enjoying recently, and I hope that you enjoy them. Hope you're staying well and sane and hopeful in these crazy times. But for me, makeup is fun. It's just something that I do to make myself feel good, even though we perhaps are still wearing masks and not putting on as much makeup as in the past. Now today is a really sunny day, very bright, and reminds me of the lighter products that I'm putting on my skin during these months. But just to let you know, I did start cleansing my skin, and then I put some of my Growing Younger Gracefully facial serum. I put this on year round. It's not oily, but it just gives my very dry skin some hydration. I also put on some Milani primer. It's called Skin Quencher, and it's a very, very light moisturizing primer, hyaluronic acid and coconut oil. And I like it. It's really nice. Now I will put all the descriptions of the products in the box below so that you'll be able to take a look at them if you like. But these are just products that I've been enjoying, and I've got some eyeshadow palettes, small ones that I want to share with you. They're unbelievable. I mean, honestly, I've been collecting eyeshadow palettes now for a while, and I've discovered this one from Kiko, these two from Kiko, and I want to share them with you. They're really remarkable. But let's go on with foundation, because I'm going to try something new today. I haven't bought any new foundation in a long time, but I was watching other bloggers on YouTube, and it's really hard not to get seduced by what they're doing and what they're using, because most of them are in their 30s, 40s, and their skin is different. Now I'm 72, so my skin has got all the things you'd expect of older, aging skin, and so I have to think about that with foundation. I'm not trying to put a super high coverage, but today I'm using this new one by Fenty Beauty. I love the packaging for one thing, but it's called, and I have to get my magnifying glass, to a very tiny print in the back. It's the Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. So it's not meant to be a high, full coverage product, and I have used it and I like it, and I want to share it with you. The color that I'm using is number 6. And there's I think 30 or even more, 35 colors in this particular range. But it's a nice, in my opinion, summer foundation. So I'm going to put it on my face, and I'm going to blend it with a brush. I love applying my foundation with brushes, and I'm going to use this one I think it's I think this might be an e.l.f. brush. It's like a stippling brush, but for me, this works for foundation. So I'm going to put some on my finger, or on my hand, I should say. And you'll see that it's reasonably runny, so it's quite liquid, and I'm going to just start to apply it. I'll do this side first because it's got this beautiful age spot there that I just wanted to show you how that covers. And it's not heavy at all. That's a very, very small amount of foundation. Can you see that it's almost, it's just disappeared for the moment. It's not going away anywhere at all, but it's just that kind of foundation that quickly covers those spots. And I'm going to put on the other side. It's quite radiant. And one thing about this foundation for me is it lasts a long time. It's very long lasting. And so I'm just going to place it on. I'm kind of dabbing on. I'm not, I'm using almost like a sponge effect with the brush. And underneath my chin. Let's see if I can get this right. And I'm going to go under my eyes and over my eyes just a little bit. I'm going to use a new new concealer or primer for eyes, which is beautiful. And I'll do that in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to finish doing this on my forehead. So I like this. I like this coverage. I think it's really pretty. It's lightweight. It's not overpowering, and it's perfect, I think, for the summer. So I'm going to get my mirror here and have a quick look and see what I've done. Okay. Yeah, and as I've mentioned in the past, I'm not so interested in concealers anymore. And if I can use a foundation, as a concealer under my eyes, or at least partially under my, partially as a concealer, that's good for me. Okay, so let me see if I've got it applied. Now, I think that's nice. I really think that's a nice foundation for the summer. And I'm just kind of buffing it in to make sure that it's just in the skin and not just on the top. Okay, so that is foundation. Fenty. It's really beautiful. I love it. Now, I'm going to put on a little bit of cream under my eyes. This is Becca eye primer, under eye primer. And it's a very pretty, it's kind of blue color. You can see I've used it quite a bit. And I put that under my eyes always to just, again, hydration. My skin, especially under my eyes, is very, very, you know, in need of help. So that's the Becca, what is it actually exactly called? I'll get the right name. It's called the Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. I love it. I actually ordered another one of these because Becca, as you may or may not know, is going out of business, and I was afraid that I wouldn't get to be using this again. And I really do love it. Now, in terms of concealer, I am going to use one that I've mentioned before. I'm still in love with it, and it's the Joa. It's really not a concealer in the sense of concealing spots, but it's an under eye brightener for dark circles. Now, even though I don't particularly have huge dark circles, I have found that this particular concealer, it's got one of those little doe foots. It reminds me of the Maybelline Age Rewind. You turn it up from the bottom. I'm going to use a little bit of that under my eyes and just kind of look down and see where the dark spots are, or the dark circle is, and just then blend it in with a brush. Now I've got a little brush that's good for concealers. This one. This is one of those beautiful two-sided brushes. Foundation you can use on one side and concealer on the other. So I'm just going to dab that in. And as I said before, it doesn't really conceal anything. Your lines are going to stay there under your eyes, those beautiful smile lines. But it does give a little bit of color and shading under the eyes. Just brightens it a little bit. So I think it's really nice. So that's the Joa Under Eye Dark Circle Concealer. Now, next I'm going to do my cheeks, my face and bronzer, because I want to do my eyes separately and show you these fabulous eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to use a bronzer that I've really, really loved for a long time, and I've mentioned it before. It's the Flower Beauty Heat Wave, and I think this one is cool. There's two different, I think it's called Sunrise, L1. There's two different colors, but for me, this beats Charlotte Tilbury. It builds, for me, it's a perfect bronzer, and it's got such a great texture to it. The color for me is perfect. It's that kind of ashy color, not so bright and orange reddish. It's really lovely. So I'm going to use my other double-ended brush, which is blush and bronzer, a little bit of an angle, and just gently, the lid has come off of this because I've used it so much. And it's got a stipple, you can see, or a stippling, you can see the cool color combination, which I think gives it its unique ability to, can you see that as I put it on? It's not incredibly strong, but it just gives you that little bit of a color and shape in your cheeks. I don't do much contouring anymore. I don't see the point, to be honest with you, but it's just my skin, it's my face, and it's just me. So that's my bronzer. Now I'm going to try to make these even and get my mirror here. But I really do. It reminds me actually of the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. It's got that same kind of ashy color, which I like from my skin. And now I'm going to apply some blush. Now this blush, again, it's a drugstore product, this one. This is by Flower as well. I don't know why I've got so many Flower products today, but I love Flower Beauty. I think their products are amazing. This is called Gel Crush. It says it's lip and cheek. I don't use it on my lips as much, but I'm going to use it on the cheek, and I'm looking for the color. It comes in two colors, I think strawberry and raspberry. And I really like this one. It's a cream. It comes on a stick. You roll it up at the bottom. But I'm going to use my brush, if I can find a smaller blush brush. This, I think, requires a bit denser brush. So I'm just using this one here, which is, I think, Real Techniques. And I'm just dabbing it on the top of this and gently applying. It's got a lovely fruity smell too, which may not be for everybody, but for me, I like it. And can you see how pretty that is? It's a really peachy pink, and just has such a nice tone to it. And it's a cream product, so instead of blending it like that, I kind of dab it on, and it may look a little bright just to start with here, but I found with blushes that after 2 minutes, they tend to calm down. And also, I'm going to use a powder in a second that I'll set it with. But I just love that blush. I think it's so summery and bright and lovely. Okay, so I want to just make sure I got it even. Smiling helps. Okay, that's the blush. And it goes with this eyeshadow palette that I'm going to talk to you about. All right, so what I'm using to set this is my, well, it's just become my all-time favorite setting powder, and it's not even meant to be a setting powder. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. It's meant to be, this is actually a foundation powder. You can wear it as a foundation, but I use it as a setting powder. And I use the color True Beige. And you can see it's been very, very well used. And I'm going to use my Isadora brush, which is my favorite finishing powder brush. Just dab it in. I'm not going to swirl it around too much. Very, very small amount. And I want to show you what that does almost immediately. Can you see that? It's not like it kind of takes it away or hides it or hides the color. It just softens it. And I'm going to just do my chin, forehead, and onto eyes. Okay, so that's blush. And I think it's perfect. I may top it up at the end with a bit more color because once you put your eye makeup on, you then start to see the difference. So here we go with eyes. Now, I have discovered a primer which is a close tie to my Mario concealer for the eyes and primer. That's beautiful, but this is called, it's by a company called P. Louise. And it's called a base, and so I think you can use it in other ways other than just your eyes, but a lot of people use this as an eye primer, and that's what I'm going to use it for. Now, the eye primer, this product is so pigmented. I don't even want to show you the amount that I'm going to use. It's just tiny. You really have to be so careful. Well, you can wipe it off, of course, but okay, so that's what I'm going to use. Can you see that tiny amount? And even that's probably too much. Let's put it on. And just dab it on your eye. Can you see already the color and the texture and the depth of this? I'm going to bring it up right under my eyebrows. This P. Louise is amazing. I think it was around $30, so it's not an inexpensive product, but it will last you forever because it's just so pigmented, and it's just beautiful. I can't even begin to describe it. But it's P. Louise. I'll put the details below, and I'm going to use another tiny amount on the other eye. Okay. I need to get one of those mirrors that I can stand up so that I don't have to hold it and be looking at the same time as I'm holding. I'm using my phone here to apply this makeup, so I'm trying to make it even. And just bring it into the center as well, under the eyebrows. And it's a perfect base. It's very similar to the Mario, but not so thick. This is a lot more creamy. So I like it a lot. I'm going to do my eyebrows real fast. I was going to use my Wow Brow by Elf, which I really love. This has become like a staple. A lot of you use it too. It's super friendly, drugstore brand. But yesterday I was shopping, and I had been looking for this product everywhere when I was in Europe or in UK. But when I came back to Switzerland, there it was in my color. It's the Maybelline Tattoo Brow. And I've used this before, and then I went away from it and tried a lot of other things, but I've come back to it, and I always have to just wipe the edge on this because it's actually very pigmented, even though this is considered what they call light brown. And I always have to be super careful. I'm even going to get a tissue because I don't want it to be dark. Even though it's light brown, it's got color. So I'm going to put this on my eyes. It's a brush, of course, and you've got to be, so I'm very touching it super lightly here. Okay, can you see the difference? It's just magic. I love this. And it's a little more expensive than the Wow Brow, but not that much. And it's really worth it in my opinion. So I'm going to do the other eyebrow and then go on to the eyeshadows. Let's see if I can get a smaller mirror. All right, I think that's looking like an eyebrow. And what I like about this is it's not like a pasty texture, so it doesn't look like it's like, just overwhelming. But what I'm gonna do next is use a product from CoverGirl, which I discovered again quite by accident, and I'll just find the top for that. And it's called CoverGirl, let's see, Easy Breezy Brow. It comes in different colors, but as well, similar to that Maybelline one, but it's clear. And the reason I like this is because it's just got a clear color and texture and a drying texture that lifts up the brow and just holds it in place. So just bring it up. And that way your brows start to separate and they start to feel like they're really brows. Especially if, like me, you've got hardly any left and it's pure color that you're putting onto your brows. But I think that looks really cool. So that's brows. Now it's starting to get warm in here, so I want to get onto the eyeshadow palettes because these are super. Now, Kiko Milano is a brand that I've known for years, and I'm just going to use my fan for a sec. While I told you about Kiko, is a brand I've used here in Switzerland for a while, and it's some Italian brand. It's got some amazing products. I would consider it drugstore because they are their prices are reasonably low. They're not like the e.l.f. products, that kind of price range, but they're in the middle. But this particular line they've come out with, this limited edition, is amazing. And it's an eyeshadow palette, 2 eyeshadow palettes. It's cooling my face down a bit. And also some blushes, which are tonal blushes, like different shades. There's eyeliners, mascara, and a cream eyeshadow too. But this one is 2 palettes, just blew me away. There's two. One is in a mauve set of shades, and one is a coral color. And when I first looked at these, well, tell me what you think when I show you these. This is the first one, and this is the, I have to look at it in the light, this is the mauve. Okay. What does that look like to you? Yeah, these are very, very similar to Charlotte Tilbury quads. And those quads are maybe $50. And these are about $13, $14. And that's the peachy color, or excuse me, that's the pinky color. It's called mauve. I think it's called something soft mauve. It's got the peach or pink, darker brown, kind of a shimmery topper, and then this kind of highlight one, although you could use those as toppers. That's the pink color. Then, I'm gonna have to, I don't know what you guys are experiencing for weather, but it's really, really warm here. It's so beautiful, you can hardly complain, but this is the peach color. So there's 2 palettes, and this is the peach. Peach, brown, topper, and shimmer. Honestly, these are gorgeous, and I'm going to apply one on the, I'm going to use this peach one. I'm wearing a peachy color today, so I'm going to do that. Pull this down so it's, okay, now I'm going to start with my soft brush and apply this peachy color all over the lid. And I'm going to try to use just my phone here so that I don't have to keep lifting up the mirror. So it might get smudgy and we'll see what happens, but I'm using this beautiful, this is such a pretty color. I actually thought of using this for, blush. It's got that same cool pigment. Now I've talked about in the past, I just do not worry about these sort of crease lines and transition lines because I've got hooded eyes, and also I think I like a more natural look. I'm gonna just put pinky eye or peachy eyeshadow on the lid, and then I'm going to put a topper after I add a teeny bit of the darker brown at the corner. So this is one of those 2-sided brushes as well, and it's got like a fluffy brush at one end and then this kind of flatter brush at this end. And I'm going to use this darker color here, just at the edge. And I'm going to try to do this without using the mirror, so let's see what I can accomplish. The only reason I do this is just to have a bit more contrast with what I'm going to put on the top. And I'm going to blend that in a second, but I'm going to use the other side here. Ooh, the sun is beginning to shine. It's good. I might need the mirror to see what I've done. Okay. And again, I'm not going to like pull it all the way across. I'm just leaving it right on the edge and just blending it in. Okay, I'm going to look at my mirror because, oh, there's a mirror in here actually. I'll have a look. It's really a pretty brown, isn't it? Considering that there's only 4 colors in this palette. Okay. And the mascara, by the way, is awesome. I got to tell you that too. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving here because it's getting super hot and I don't want to have to stop. So let me just, okay. Now I'm going to use this beautiful shimmer color. It's kind of like a topper. I'm going to use my finger. I found this is the best way to use this product, and so we'll have a go. And I'm just going to rub it and place it right in the center. And watch till you see this. It's just lovely. Can you see that? And I mean, I've used many, many Charlotte Tilbury palettes, and this is the same kind of effect that you get with those products. And I'm just tapping it in. Can you see that? The difference? I just love that. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to try this one. The pink is very, well, it's exactly the same idea of having a base, a darker one, and then these beautiful topper colors. But I just find that so, so beautiful. I hope I've got it even. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is just get the other blending brush and just blend everything together a little bit, because it's just, oh, so, so pretty. Bring that up just a tad. Don't have to bring it way up by your eyebrows, but you can just bring it up a little bit into the crease of your eye there. And then do this side. Oh, just so pretty. Maybe it's just me, but I mean, I just really love these colors, and I think they're so perfect for summer, and just gorgeous. I love it. So that's the peach, and another time perhaps I'll do the pink one, because the pink is equally beautiful, but I'm gonna leave that for the peach and apply my mascara. Now the mascara is also from this line. It's called La Dolce Diva. La Dolce Diva, that's and it's pretty packaging too, can you see? That's the eyeshadow palette. And it's a collection with Kiko, and it's kikocosmetics.com. Hopefully you can find it in the States, but this is really, really pretty. If you can find it, grab it. It's lovely. The mascara is kind of cool. It's actually it's exactly the same as one I used to use about 5 years ago by Flormar. And it's one of these really beautiful, it's lovely packaging too, but it's a mascara where you undo it, and it's got a very, very, typical kind of wand. And it's really more of a lengthening wand, but I'll show you something. I'll apply this first for one coat on each eye, and then I'll show you how it transforms. It's so cool. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go down, reach down under to bottom of base of my eyelashes. And actually, I was really quite amazed by this mascara. Okay, one coat. I just think it's beautiful. And I'll do the other eye. I'm not even dipping into the pan. There's just so much beautiful mascara on this one here. My eyelashes are pretty long, so I have to be careful that I don't smudge them on my lid, even without any kind of, curling. Okay, so that is one coat on both sides. But then, like that Flormar product that I was telling you about, you can actually go to the base of the mascara and turn it. Can you see the brushes moving? Try to do it where you can see them. And it's getting thicker. And now it's a thicker wand and designed for volume. So that's a whole different experience in one mascara. And I think this mascara was around $15. So it's not, again, a super, super expensive product, but I love it. So here, just to make it a bit voluminous, I'm going to use that thicker wand. There. You see? It's just pretty. It's just a very, very nice mascara. I, of course, love the the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and the Sky High, and there's lots of beautiful mascaras I adore, but this one is totally unique. And if we ever get to travel again, it's a perfect traveling mascara, because you can have a very simple, lengthening light mascara, and then you can have a more, it's sort of an evening look if you're needing a bit more volume. So I think it's cool. I want to make sure I've got this even on each side. It's really challenging. Okay, so that is the Kiko Milano mascara. Maybe 3 coats. Isn't that pretty? So that's mascara and the eyeshadows. These things are brilliant. They really, truly are. I'm so happy that I found them. And also, what else did I purchase from them? Oh, the lipstick. And I will show you that. It's so typically Italian, this lipstick. Oops, just dropped something. It's so typically Italian because this is from the same collection, the Dolce Diva. And this is a color, let me just find the color here because it's on the bottom. There's 6 different colors. And this one is 01. They do most of their things by numbers. But this is a lipstick that requires a lip liner. And, well, I'll put it on without the lip liner, and then you'll see why it needs the lip liner. And I'll get my mirror here. If I can find a small mirror. This is actually the pinkier of the colors, but it goes with the peach. You'll see when I put it on what I mean. Okay, now, this is like, for me, it's a more of a nude color, but it gets a little darker as you wear it. And I'm going to apply a second coat. Now, at first, you might think it's a matte lipstick. It feels like a matte lipstick, and you think, oh no, it's going to dry and be really drying on the lips. It's not. It's not at all. It feels lightweight. It's like an air lipstick. I can't even describe the texture of it. It's really, really pretty. And you leave it on and you expect it to get drier, and it doesn't, and it doesn't. But then you look at it and you think it needs something. And so I, having used Kiko products and having used nude lipsticks that are too light for my lips, I've got my Endora, which is a BH Cosmetics lip liner, which is shrinking, and I need to get another one. And I'm just going to apply a lip liner around the edges. I'll just do the top and then you'll see. And the nice thing, I'll finish this. So can you see the difference that the liner makes? I think it just sets it off beautifully. And Kiko does some lovely lip liners too, but that's the Endora by BH Cosmetics. So that's my lipstick. And then I'm going to finish that with, if I can find it, my gloss. Where is it? Oh, okay, so I got another color of the Maybelline, what is it called? Lifter Gloss. Actually, I put this on the side because there was a sticker there, and I just don't like stickers. I don't know about you, but anyway, this one is a new color. It's called Reef. I liked Moon, and I've been using that a lot, but Reef has got a bit of color to it, like a bit of pigment. So I'm using that one as my lip gloss. Okay, that's it. So I've fallen in love with this color. I think it's actually more of a favorite now than Moon because I like that it's got some color in it. And I think I've covered everything. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. These Kiko palettes, I'm telling you, are just such a find. And if you can find them in the shop or online, I would just say it's just an idea. I have no affiliation with Kiko's, although I do love the shops. Just enjoy it. But this particular palette, and then this pinky one, which is just a similar topper shades, but this mauve color. I think you'll love it. I really do. I'm looking to, as Ali Glines always says, I'm going to assess the situation. I love her. She's another blogger. I just love her. She's so sweet. Just making sure that the color on my cheeks. I might. Oh, I wonder if I try a little bit of that, the color from my eyes on my cheek, like I was going to. This is a bit dangerous, but we'll try it. I'm dabbing it in, dabbing it on my. I've never actually done this before, but we'll see. I just wanted to bring the color from the eyes into the cheeks. I've got construction going on outside today, so I hope the noise isn't bothering you. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, now, before I go, I must tone it down with my L'Oreal and wish you all a happy day. Hope that you're doing well. Hope this has been fun for you and you've enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I've enjoyed doing it for you and sharing these beautiful products with you. Have an amazing day. Just take good care. Wear your makeup if you do, and shine. Go out and just enjoy this beautiful life that we have. And I'll speak to you all again really, really soon. Bye-bye for now.